How you gonna bully a dude to come on your show, and because he didn't want to come on your show, he had a bad attitude, and because he had a bad attitude, you decide to get your husband to pull a gun on him? You can't script this shit. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. Hey, don't forget to check out the link of the day in the description.
Wanda's husband was there, her sons were there, and her husband pulls a gun out on Katt. We was cracking jokes. I just watched the video again. She laughed and was smiling all the way through. I need to know when he pulled the gun out, what was he about to do with a gun? All the staff and the comics that were there, they looking at this joint like, that's where we at, yo. Dudes is pulling out guns. I don't understand. I just watched the joint again. And if you on radio, man, and you interviewing somebody and it gets to a roasting session, you either got some guns to do roasting or you don't. If you don't, you just bow out, let them get their shots. But she kept going in. And I'm trying to figure out what was said in the video. I don't see nothing in the video to make you say, I'm coming with my sons and my husband on Saturday, and he got a gun on him. And he gonna pull that thing out. What's up, D? He gonna pull the thing out. I'm looking at how do you do that, because what happens next? That's all I gotta think about. When you pull that out, what happens next? Do you have full control over what happens next when you do that? If it became somebody back and forth going, what's next? That's what I'm stuck on. Because all I remember was on Friday, there was a roasting session. The roasting session didn't go good on one end. Saturday, Katt shows up to support his friend, Red Grant, in a way that he always does as far as supporting us. I've seen Katt come out to Joe's bar on Gresham Road because I said, I'm going to work out. Bam, he pulls up, comes in, buys drinks for people, you know, show the whole room love. And it's just, he don't come to a place like this with the idea of non-love. Shit, had he made it into the building, the whole building might have got shots, because it happened Friday night. Friday night he came in there, bought shots for everybody. That's when Wanda ain't in the building, right? What's up, mama? And this is on Friday after it done happened. Now Wanda's night is on Saturday. Katt has already said he gonna be through there, Red gonna be there, Wanda gonna be there. To me, that's selling tickets. You're selling tickets. If it was some personal, just I'm trying to shit on you attack, you ain't mentioning the club and where they gonna be at. It was, to me, a good interview, comedy. Comedy went down, and that's where it should have stayed.
He goes, I'm not coming on the show. I wasn't booked to come on the show. And I said, it's okay if you want to come on. Like, come on. So I was teasing with him about coming on. And so then, he kept saying no. I said, but why? I said, come on. I've never been on air with you. I say, so come on. Here's a great opportunity. So Red Grant, myself, and Gary started to walk towards the studio. And when we got in here, he still was saying no. He was outside the studio. So I started playing little clips like, come on in, come on in, making him feel good about coming in. I'm excited that he's coming in. So, once he got in, I was excited to really have him in the studio, to be honest with you. And I felt like as he started to talk in the beginning, he had an agenda, like to attack me. And I kept feeling some type of way. And I'm like,
did you feel the tension in the room before he even started talking?
I felt the tension. I did. And then I said, okay, where's this going? So honestly, because of the respect that I have for him, like I feel like he's one of the comics that has made it. And so I'm excited. I called my boss and said, Reggie, I never asked Reggie to drop music. I said, Katt Williams is coming. Can we drop music? And Reggie said, yes. He said, yes. We were going to drop music to give him that much time to just have fun with him. So we dropped the music, and I just felt the tension. Like, every time I would ask him something or say something, it was like he kind of came for me. And I'm not that kind of comedian. Like, I don't go tit for tat. I don't, that's not what I do. Nick Cannon asked me to go to Wild 'N Out. I'm like, dude, that's not my thing. I mean, so just because of the respect that I have for him, when he started coming at me, it kind of threw me off. So I didn't know how to retaliate or how to come back, because that's not how I wanted to talk to him. I didn't want to talk to him like that. I didn't want to go back and forth with him because of the respect. So when it kept going on and on and on, as a person that has integrity, I had to say something back. And I didn't want to, because my focus, Frank, in Atlanta was because God had just blessed me with this folder right here to go to the Nicholas house when I got off air, was to go help these homeless women. So my mind wasn't on being disrespectful and in a bad place.
BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. Okay, I stopped Miss Smith when she was talking because that's just absolutely bullshit and malarkey. And I wasn't going to listen to any more of what she was slinging. So let's go right back to the beginning, and we're going to really talk about why the situation happened. But before we get to what Miss Smith says, we're going to say what the male gentleman had to say first, because what he said was very poignant. What were you going to do after you pulled the gun? This is the problem that people have that have these weapons that they get, and they decide, you know what, I want to intimidate somebody. You don't intimidate somebody with a gun. You kill somebody with a gun. If you're not going to use a gun, don't pull a gun. If you don't know how to use a gun, don't own a gun. I'm just saying. You understand? So Katt Williams shows up to an event. Okay, let's go back the whole entire course of events. Red has an interview at a radio station. Red goes to the interview. Katt Williams go with him. Katt Williams does not go to the interview to be seen. He's probably just going because they're hanging out. Maybe they went to breakfast before. Maybe they're going to lunch after. Who knows? They've just been hanging out for the day or whatever the case might be. So Red and Katt Williams show up at the radio station where Red is supposed to give an interview. Now, before I go any further, I just want to point something out. If your homeboy is going to do something and you're there to give him moral support, you're not there to try to take the shine from him. You're not there to try to take the light from him. You're not there to try to overshadow him. You're just there because you're trying to give moral support. That's it. That's all you're trying to do. So when you have Red show up at the radio station to do the interview, and you have Katt Williams with him, and they ask Katt Williams to come on the radio show also, and he's like, nah, I don't want to do it. You have to assume that he explained why he didn't want to do it, because she went into her boss's office and said, we can't play music. There's not enough time. You get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? He wasn't going to take any of Red's time. That was his reasoning for not wanting to do the show. This is his shine. I don't want to take any of his time. I know what you're saying. How do I know? You wasn't there. I mean, if you just pay attention to chain of events, it makes perfectly good sense. They see Katt Williams outside. Remember? They didn't go inside yet. Saw him outside. They spoke. Upon speaking, Katt Williams let them know that he didn't want to go on their show. That it's okay. I don't really want to go on the show. I'm assuming that he said it politely. She continued to insist. He continued to say he did not want to go on the show. Now, we're grown-ass adults, and this is Katt Williams. You think Katt Williams is going to be coy about why he doesn't want to go on the show? Katt Williams is a straight-up dude. He's going to be like, look, man, I don't want to go on the show for XXX reasons. You feel me? So Katt Williams said he didn't want to go on the show. It is what it is. He probably gave her a different caveat and said, yo, look, I won't go on the show, but, I'll show up at your event. You know what I'm saying? Because they was having some kind of parties and stuff like that. I'll show up at your events this weekend, but I don't really want to go on the show. This is Red's thing. So she probably says, you know what? we could just cut the music and you can go interview at the time slot that the music is supposed to be on and everything will be fine. But she doesn't get, it's not about time. It's about casting a shadow. So they go inside. They go in the studio. Katt Williams is still outside of the studio. And she starts baiting him to come on the show. She starts playing clips. And she starts saying, come on, Katt, come on, Katt. Knowing he doesn't want to come on the show. This is 100% beyond me why she wouldn't think he would be upset at you forcing him to come onto your show, which he doesn't want to come on and he probably didn't even get paid for. This is 100% beyond me. Doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. How can she act like she doesn't know why Katt Williams is in a surly mood? Yes, he's going to be grouchy. Yes, you've just forced him to do something that he's been telling you the whole morning he really didn't want to do. And you forced him to put his homeboy, his friend, in a situation now that the thing that he was pushing can't get pushed. Okay? He's here trying to feed his family. He's here trying to feed the people that work under him. I'm talking about Red. And you're busy trying to get the Katt Williams interview. Do you get it? Why he would be upset. Okay, so let's not even go into the stuff that was said. As you can see that she was trying to favor Tiffany Haddish. If you heard the interview, I don't have the interview on here, but if you heard the interview, she was trying to favor Tiffany Haddish. And that's why he was explaining, look, come on now. There's a whole bunch of other comedians that got passed up in favor of her, and it had nothing to do with her ability to be funny. She doesn't write jokes. She reads them. Get it? You get it? If you're not a person that writes jokes, and there is a writes jokes, and there is a job for a comedian, but they give it to you instead because you can read jokes, you're taking the jobs from hardworking comedians. I don't know if he could have said that any more clear. But go listen to the interview. I hope I remember to leave the link in the description. I be forgetting about shit like that. But the link should be in the description, okay? Go watch the interview. Just go watch it. He says it about 3 or 4 different ways because this lady doesn't seem to get it. I don't fuck with Tiffany Haddish. She's not a comedian. She's not very funny. She doesn't know how to, she can deliver a line, but she's not a comedian. She can't write jokes. She's not that funny. There's way funnier comedians. She's been at this since, this is where he threw the shot. This was the toughest shot. This was the hardest shot he threw. She's been at this since she's been 16 years old, and she's just now starting to really get notoriety. Really? You're in the game for like 20 years? 30 years? I'm not 30 years. I'm exaggerating. But you was in the game for about 20 years before you even started getting noticed? 15 years, 10 years before you got noticed. You understand what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden she's big. Why? What changed? She didn't get funnier. I got my own opinions, but I'm not going to go into that. So there's a couple of other things that he point out. One of the main things he point out is that he is self-made. He's pointing this out in the interview to her. See, I felt like this wasn't necessarily a Katt Williams type of interview. He seemed like he didn't want to be there. I didn't think he wanted to be there. I got the feeling he didn't want to be there because he didn't want to be there. So you can't now act like you don't know why the man is upset. So let's move on to the second thing, right? Which was actually the first thing. Her husband and her son shows up. Okay, so they have the club, right? Friday night, Katt Williams shows up. There's no problem because she doesn't show up. On Saturday night, she shows up. But she doesn't show up by herself. She shows up with her husband and her sons. Because they want all the smoke, it seems. Right? Now, Katt Williams is a guy who got into a fight with a 15-year-old and lost. Why in the fuck are you pulling guns on him? What? What grown man feels like he needs, at this time, at this rate, no disrespect to Katt Williams. I love you, Katt. But at this point in American history, who feels like they need to pull a gun on Katt Williams? Who? So he pulls a gun on Katt Williams. Fucks up the whole event. Katt Williams got to leave. You know how many people was there to see Katt Williams? Think about it. This is Atlanta. They love Katt Williams in Atlanta. Katt Williams is from Ohio. People from Atlanta think Katt Williams is from Atlanta. They love Katt Williams. That place had to be there. You know what? I bet you that night there was no place else on earth more lit. There's a very slim chance that there was any other club on earth as lit as that club. That spot had to be lit. Katt Williams at the club in Atlanta? And the dude always buys everybody around the shots? Get the fuck out of here. She shows up with her husband and her sons, and they bring a weapon. Why? Now, there's tons of things that a person could do in this world that'll make me think, you know what, this guy's a pussy. But I can't think of many things worse than shooting Katt Williams. Katt Williams! What is he gonna do next? What is he gonna do for a top? He's gonna steal some candy from a baby? That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna no matter of fact, he's gonna go in the nurseries, right? And he's gonna roast the kids in the nurseries. That's what he's gonna do. That's what he's gonna do. Look, homegirl, I don't know who your husband is, but that nigga a chump. I'm just straight up and down. I can't see anyone needing to bring a gun for Katt Williams. Even if you lose the fight, you ain't gonna get hurt. I just can't see anybody bringing a gun for Katt Williams. The nigga talk. It is what it is. I know a lot of short guys that run their mouth. I know some short guys that run their mouth and can fight. Don't get it confused. But I know a lot of short guys that just run their mouth. Katt Williams is just one of them dudes that just run his mouth. That's it. Just leave it be. Your wife started it. Your wife forced him to go on her show. She was trying to get ratings. She was clout chasing. You're gonna get mad at the person who basically was abused because she bullied him. She bullied him to come on her show. And now she can't handle it? When she catch a little bit of the hot lava, she can't handle it? Let me know what y'all guys think about this. Be perfectly honest, the people in Atlanta should be pissed. They should be, especially anybody that was going to that club that night because Katt Williams was going to be there. They should be pissed. This lady got the nerve then to go off and start talking about how she was donating or cancer kids or for the homeless or what the hell? No, we're not doing that. I'm tired of people always being in the wrong and then they want to talk about what kind of public service they do. I don't care how much I'm happy you're doing public service. Don't get it confused. But if you got to wait for you to be on doing some bullshit to tell me about the public service that you're doing, don't tell me about it. I don't want to hear it. I don't take anybody seriously that goes out, they doing bullshit to other people, and then when they get caught on it, now they want to talk about all the public service they're doing, all the hungry kids they feeding. Go feed the kids and shut up. How about that? You can't script this shit. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. # Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.